The story of our Jesuit missionary martyrs here at what is now the Auriesville Shrine actually begins about 200 miles north of here, way across this distant horizon past the Adirondack Mountains. That's where the Jesuits had their missions among the Huron Indians way up north. Where I'm standing was once the village of Asurnanon, which was a Mohawk village, and the Mohawks were part of the Iroquois Confederacy. So standing here and overlooking this valley, you can see what a strategic viewpoint it was, as they could see if they were being attacked. St. Isaac Jogues and René Goupil were missionaries up north, and it was Isaac Jogues' humility actually that brought him here. He volunteered to make a very dangerous supply run between where is now Georgian Bay on Lake Huron all the way to Quebec, 800 miles by canoe. Filled up their canoes with supplies, and on their way back to their missions were captured and took the waterways from Lake Champlain, Lake George, and then walked the rest of the way to the village of Asurnanon. It was a trail of torture. It was their Via Dolorosa. They were tortured along the way. They lost fingers and fingernails. They were burned and beaten. And by the time they got here, they were weakened, dehydrated, probably badly infected. And yet, when they looked down from that hill on the other side of the river, they saw people, Mohawks, men, women, and children waiting for them to run the gauntlet up this hill, which means there were two single files of tribesmen, and any captives that came in ran between them and beaten along the way. Both Isaac Jogues, René Goupil survived all of this and then came into the village. So our first landmark from the 1640s and the beginning of the saga of the Jesuit missionary martyrs here begins right here on what we call the Hill of Torture.